Hello friends, welcome back to another Playing With. Today I'm playing with myself. This is going to be a little bit different. I actually want to take time to talk about my wish list for Xenoverse 3 and a little bit what I've seen online as well about what people wanted. I figured I'd do that while I'm just kind of messing around, leveling up this character here. Yeah, some of this probably won't take too long to go through. It's just my wish list. It's not like a full 100% what I would want to see it look like, but just a little changes I would want to see. But yeah, I think it won't. Xenoverse 3 won't be out anytime soon. I think it's gonna wait until the next generation consoles, which I think is rumored to be 2020. But we'll see. We'll see. I hope they do make another Xenoverse 3. I think they went on record saying that the next game they release will not be a Xenoverse game, but hopefully one day. Okay. First off on the list, more destructible environments. I've seen people online want Budokai 3 levels of destruction. I don't know if that's possible with how online and everything goes in this game, but I do think there needs to be a little bit more destruction or a little bit more changing of the environment whenever a fighting happens. Because right now in Xenoverse 2, you have buildings that can get destroyed, some boulders, some trees. The only thing that's weird is like the ground. Whenever it gets destroyed, it kind of regens back. I think there needs to be at least some change, some light changes with how like the levels look. Granted, like I said, you can't really go crazy like with Budokai 3 because you can't have destroyed versions, because then that kind of messes up with the whole correcting time thing that goes on with the story. But I do think probably like some clouds getting darker, some lightning happens, kind of like Goku versus Frieza and stuff like that, or during the end of the Namek saga, stuff like that, like darkness, like maybe some slight destruction, but not enough to cause like a time discrepancy. But like I said, that'd be hard to do. My main thing would be like whenever there's damage on the ground, that it kind of stays damaged. But I'm not sure if that would actually mess with anything, because most of the battles I've had stay up in the air. Thought that was walking on. Weird. But yeah, that's it for that. Fix RNG. It is still bad in this game. Not as bad as Xenoverse 1, but I agree with people online that say that if you get a Z rank and you meet all the requirements for a mission, you should get one of the listed items, like every time. But right now it's like it's not guaranteed that you'd even get an item, even if you do it, which is pretty sad. And it's not fun playing the same mission 10 times, especially the later missions that are just pretty much you going through like 20 fucking people. It gets dull fast. So I would like that to see changed, or to have an equipment that actually makes your chances of getting an item higher. One of the things I liked about Xenoverse 1 is because eventually they had it where you can have a old Kai with you, and he bumped up your chances of getting an item or a skill that you wanted. Next change I would want to see is a story change a little bit. This goes along with something else I'll talk about later, but this is just something for me. I really hate how in the story you, especially starting off, like you're fighting somebody and he's air quotes too strong, but you fucking beat him single-handedly pretty much. But the game doesn't actually let you beat him because story reasons. Oh, Goku has to show up and save the day, and everyone's like, oh man, it's a good thing Goku was here even though you did okay. One thing I could see happening, and this I saw online, is possibly having two different choices, either being part of the Time Breaker or Time Breakers or Time Patrollers. But I don't know, we'll get in that later. That could work. But what I would want to see is something more like, I think it was Budokai 10, one of the Tenkaichis that did it, to where you actually play as the villain during important moments in the story. Because I believe it was one of the earlier Budokai games where it's Krillin and Gohan holding off against Frieza, and as Krillin and Gohan, you could beat Frieza if you're good. And that's, weird because you'd beat, if I recall, you'd beat Frieza, then it's like, oh, you still lost in a weird way. I think for Xenoverse 3, it'd be good to side with the villains at a certain point. Excuse me. Not like Mira and Toa, but more like, oh, Frieza's fighting Goku for some reason. Like, before Goku even turns Super Saiyan, he gets that dark energy, and it's like, oh, that's not right. He must achieve Super Saiyan. You team up with Frieza, beat Goku. Something like that. Progress should not reset every time you make a new character. I think that was the dumbest thing they did for or one of the dumbest things they did for Xenoverse 2. This is the reason why I like Xenoverse 1. I like making characters and doing whatever with them. Xenoverse 1, you made one character, all of it was tied to your account, and everything was shared. So you didn't have to go through, like in Xenoverse 2 here, go through the tutorial mode, go through the early missions, have to unlock all the extra stuff, or all the extra missions again. It's just really tiring, and I think that was just a dumb mistake. I kind of get it for the race-specific, I guess, side missions you could do for, like, with Majin Buu characters. You could feed Majin Buu would make a family. Well, you can do that with any character, but you would get the transformation ability out of it. But I think you can work a way to where it's good for all the characters. Because, like I said, I like making multiple characters, and it's just tiring because the tutorial missions, you should be able to skip most stuff. If you already beat the game, there should be a skip button, or at least just do it like Xenoverse 1 if possible. Another thing I would like to see, I would like to see destroyed versions of clothes throughout the game. And what I mean is not just like, oh, you have destroyed Goku's outfit and stuff like that, but I would like to see, like, what would be a good, or like the battle suit here, maybe like another version or a slider that shows multiple damage on it, like shoulder piece may be missing for like first part, second would be probably both shoulder pieces and like some of the chest gone, and the third level would be like all just like a little bit on the waist still there. But I would be fine with just, a damaged version with just like holes throughout some of the outfit. I think that'd be really cool, because one of my favorite outfits for my Saiyan is oh, where is it? It's the Trunks jacket that has the sleeves ripped off. Yeah, that, but I think, I don't know where it's at, but yeah, it's the sleeves pretty much ripped off. I really like that outfit, and I think it'd be kind of cool to see more damaged versions, or like a scuffed up, dirty versions of outfits, possibly. I think that would add more to customization. Custom aura or key color. That is another thing I would very much like to see. I think that would be good for make your characters more your own. Granted, online you'd probably see really crazy colors, like, oh, this is all blood red or black, and like, oh, that's light pink or something crazy like that, but it would still be more of, don't want to do that, be more of your character. Granted, I'm not sure, I think they could do a wide range of colors, but I think if you're going to do that, probably also do other stuff as well. Like, for example, let me power up here. Probably be able to add like electricity and stuff, like when you're powering up and stuff like that, because I think that needs to go a little bit farther to show that the person is more powerful than he seems, if you know what I mean. Granted, that could be tied to the charge skill here that I have equipped on A. That could be something where on maximum charge, yeah, you have electricity coming out of you and stuff like that. So, key color would definitely be, one of the things I would like to see. Some more transformations. I'm going to go through general transformations that everyone can have, or I think everyone should have. Ultra Instinct transformation. I think there should be a little mission where you train with Whis and he gives you Ultra Instinct. From what I gathered from Dragon Ball Super, anyone could, if they're more, if they're powerful enough and they train with a god, they should be able to, or an angel, I guess, should be able to obtain Ultra Instinct, and it should be possible for anyone. Like, it's not tied to a certain race or whatever, like Super Saiyan would be. This also applies for God Destruction mode, like Topo has. I think that'd be pretty cool, because one thing, excuse me, like a God Destruction created character is missing is that God kind of ability. I'm kind of glad they added something like that. I think that'd be really neat to have like the symbol and stuff like that, and him, or the person transforming, turn like a little dark red. I think that'd be really neat. Probably also get some God Destruction powers out of it too. Not sure, but you know, be kind of neat. Why did I come back here? I don't care about y'all. That's it for kind of the general transformations. For improvements to the races, for the Saiyan race, I would like to see a Super Saiyan 4 transformation. I really like Super Saiyan 4. The outfits you get for Xenoverse 2 are okay, but it doesn't have that cool factor a Super Saiyan 4 transformation would have. And also, if they do add Super Saiyan 4 transformation, I would like to see it to where you can actually customize the color of fur that you have, instead of it being like either Goku or Vegeta's Super Saiyan 4 transformation. It really needs to be your own transformation, I think. Because I'm a huge Broly and Kale fan, I would like to see a legendary Super Saiyan or a controlled legendary Super Saiyan form. That would be my go-to form for my Saiyan class, or Saiyan character if that was there. I really like the legendary Super Saiyan. Tail option, once again, giving you more options for your character. Having the equipment tail is okay, but it takes up an equipment slot, and it's also not animated. I think an actual tail you can put on your character when you're creating them would be the best thing to do if you want to go that route. And speaking of tails, I would like to see a Grade 8 transformation. I've seen some people say that it may be too broken, but I could see it being like the Namekian giant form. Granted, the issue with that is the Saiyans would have like way too many transformations, but the Dragon Ball series is about the Saiyans. Like, it makes sense that they have more transformations than anyone else, so you kind of have to deal with that. Also, hair that transforms. Kind of bouncing around everywhere. Sorry, this is just, I just wrote all this down in my notes. Hair that transforms, that's one thing that bugs me, and also a lot of people, it seems like, online. Well, like, when you go Super Saiyan, your hair does not stand up, it just turns blonde. The only good thing, ironically for me, is Super Saiyan 3, your hair changes to match what a Super Saiyan 3 hair would look like. Normally, I hate Super Saiyan 3's transformation, but that is actually cool that it does that. Not sure how hard that would be to animate the different hairstyles, because I think there's about 20, at least 20, for the Super Saiyan, or for the Saiyan race, so seeing the hair go up for each one, that may be a little difficult since some of them are of weird designs, but I'm sure you can do something with that. The people who make this game, they seem like they're smart people. I'm sure they can figure that out. For the Boo race, I would like to see a candy transformation. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about exactly. Like, one thing I kind of like is, here I pretty much have Yamcha, Tien, Frieza, Cell, Vegeta, and then the combination of all of them. I really liked Budokai 2's, if you could see, if you could guess from this character's name, Budokai's 2 what-if scenarios of Majin Buu absorbing other people. But in my head, what this transformation would be is, for some reason, the time Ugh, I don't know why I'm burping so much. The time patrollers or time breakers, whoever they want to do with the next story, have developed a candy that simulates absorbing a person. So that could be a transformation where you hit that button, eat the candy, you gain, like for example, you gain some of Yamcha's abilities. I think that'd be a really cool little thing because I don't think, yeah, like with Buhan, I think that's what fans call him, but Majin Buu with Gohan absorbed, you get some of his abilities along with some Majin Buu stuff. And I looking here, you also have Piccolo's and Gotenks, but I'm not sure how official that is. I guess that makes kind of sense because he's absorbed those by that point, but I would think Super Ghost Buu attack wouldn't be there because by the time he absorbs Gohan, Gotenks should have been defused, but whatever, I'm splitting hairs. But point is, absorption transformation would be really cool and would fit with that race and give them something better than purification, which I don't mind purification. It is kind of bad, but I think missing out on the absorption ability is really a negative for someone who likes playing as a Majin Buu character. And you can also probably get some different designs as well. Like one thing that always stuck with me is the chest outfit always changing to reflect the person that was absorbed. I think you can get some cool stuff with that, especially with the Frieza and Cell absorptions, because if I recall, I can't remember with Frieza exactly, but I know on the Cell ones he gets the spots. Majin Buu gets the spots when he absorbs Cell. This here is just kind of something that I picked out because it's Cell-like, but you get the idea, you know. I think that'd be really cool. Whoop, backed out too much. But that's kind of the bad thing about these transformations is you kind of have to make up stuff because, like I said, unlike with the Super Saiyans, you don't have a whole lot to go through. But absorption should be definitely one of them, and having the whole candy thing, or mass-produced candy that replicates characters, that way you don't actually have to absorb people. I think that would be a good middleman there. For the Frieza clan, I would like to see a max 100% form. Now, I do think you could probably apply that for all races, because technically Master Roshi goes that max 100% form. And also, so does, I think Vegeta and Trunks at one point do like a bulked out Super Saiyan form. But, yeah, I think max 100% for the Frieza clan at least would be cool to have. Also, a 5th transformation like Cooler's would be cool as well. Or, yeah, I'd say like a 5th transformation at least, like that or a max 100%, because those are really cool forms in my opinion. I'm not sure if this could be possible, but a mecha or metal transformation as well, or at the very least, like make the outfits more obtainable. Because with the Mecha Frieza outfits, you have to wait until it comes in the weekend store. I can't remember what it's called. My mind's blanking at the moment. But you have to wait until the rotation comes around to actually purchase that outfit with the TP medals. And with Metal Frieza, you have to do a raid, and there's no way you're pretty much getting that, because I've not been able to even see that event happen, which is pretty sad. But there is a mechanical form from, I think, Dragon Ball Heroes that one of the characters gets, and I'll link it in the description. It looks really cool, and I kind of wish that was in Xenoverse 2. Hopefully in Xenoverse 3 they'll add something like that, because there needs to be like a unique metal form, or metal outfit. I think it's called the Cosmic Outfit in this, but I think there needs to be like a full metallic form. Not sure how that transformation would work exactly, because I think in the Budokai games, like a ship comes down, beams you up, and then you turn into your metal form and stuff like that. But I don't see that happening in this game, the way everything is. So there would have to be some changes there. New races. I would love to see androids show up as a creative character class, and I've seen some people go against that, saying, "Oh, you don't need androids. You got humans. You can just create your own character to look like android." But I think there needs to be an android race, mainly because I want to have my own cell. As for some of the unique transformations for this hypothetical android race, I think you could probably do a Super 13 type thing where you have like parts coming to you and go inside you and you just bulk out and your skin changes color and whatnot. I think that'd probably be the best. You could also probably do a Super 17 type transformation where like a air quotes copy of you pops out of nowhere and you fuse together into like a weird looking form, somewhat looking like Super 17. Another thing, I'm not sure how this would go exactly, but probably a unlocked reactor transformation or something like that, or all the androids have that infinite key generator or whatever the hell it's called. Maybe have an unlocked version where you could get like infinite key or stamina at the cost of health, but I think that'd be a bit too fucking broken. As for the cell character, or the Biroid, I don't know what you want to call him. I don't know what transformation they would have. I would assume there would be, like Cell, you'd have his 3 forms or something akin to that, but I don't know exactly how that would go. But that's something to think about, I guess. Speaking of different forms, I kind of would like to see a I forgot what it's called, but the other forms of Frieza, where he has, his first form, that's not really a transformation, it's more like a de-transformation, because he's making himself weaker. I would like to see that. Like, one of my favorite things about Frieza is his transformations. I really like how different he looks with each transformation. Let's see what else here. Characters I would like to see in this game. Kale, with all her different forms. Brawly with all his different forms, including Bio Brawly. I'm that weird person that kind of likes Bio Brawly. Fuck you, fight me. I will defend that. It's not bad. Well, it's bad, but it's got a place in my heart. King Cold, just so I can get more moves from for my Frieza character. Mecha Frieza, would actually like to see him in this game. And Master Roshi. Those are my main characters I would like to see. Everyone else is kind of like, whatever. Okay, things I've seen online that I want to talk about. I don't necessarily agree with some of these, but I feel like these are some good things to talk about. First up, more customizable options. The main one I seen was detail options like hair length, different sub variations of one base hair group. Like if you get the short bowl cut like young Gohan had, you can have different like hair strands that are longer on one side and stuff like that. Different body types. I agree with body types. There needs to be a little bit more than the 3 given for height and weight. Because I've seen some people say, well, I want to make someone that looks like Topo. I kind of agree with that. To make someone look like a ball with arms and legs, that'd be kind of fun. And also, I think it shouldn't be gender specific, because I kind of wanted to make a fat female Boo, but can't do that. Let's see here. This one was an interesting one I didn't think about, but fighting styles. Like how when you're fighting, or when you're playing as Gohan or Goku, or Trunks even, that was an interesting one I've seen. Like, you gain their fighting style. Like, if you train with Trunks, you get his fighting style of fighting with the sword. Or if you have Vegeta's fighting style, he does his. You can do his stance and also his grab. I think that'd be really cool. Even though some people say that may be broken, because certain characters have some pretty over-the-top grabs, but I'm not sure exactly how that all works. I'm not that into the meta of Xenoverse, but I think that'd be really cool to have unique styles instead of just, you know, this generic one all custom characters have. Granted, I would think you could pick that, but learning your teacher's style would be pretty neat. Also I can't remember what this was about, but a light and heavy style. I think that was more akin to like light and heavy attacks, where like the person is faster and does like quick strikes, but has weaker damage and stuff like that. This one I did not agree. I do not agree with, but I feel like mentioning it. Make your own super move. And the issue I have with this is you would always have a template. Like for example, Final Flash, you'd have the Final Flash, you can call it Big Bang Laser Boom Boom, but it's red. Like I don't know exactly how that would work, because you can't exactly change like what they do for a move. Like for example, Final Flash, they're always going to do that hand movement. You can't change the hand movement, I don't think, but I could just not be giving them enough credit. I feel like that would be hard to do. Like, I kind of get the whole naming your own move and changing the color of it, but at the same time, if you just had customizable key or aura color, that's pretty much doing the same thing. Better camera and netcode, or just general quality of life improvements. I don't play online, so I can't really say how bad the netcode is, but camera, I would say the camera needs to be a little bit better, just because it kind of wigs out every now and then. I don't think it's horrible, but it does need to be improved. This one was interesting. I mentioned it before, but choose time patrollers or time breakers. There is a, I guess, somewhat new DLC that was added where you can actually mess up time, and it was actually really fun. Like having Goku with you as they one of my favorite ones so far is having Goku with you, watching himself turn into Super Saiyan 4, and seeing Vegeta turn Super Saiyan 4, and them going like, that's not, Super Saiyan 4 ain't the God form. What are you guys talking about? This is dumb. That's actually pretty fun with I think his name is Fu. But yeah, there should be two choices: time patrollers and time breakers. I think that's interesting, but I think you should be able to flip-flop between the two, or at least be able to go back after you beat one side. I see the time breaker thing being immensely fun, just seeing like the all different types of what ifs, because after a while I can see like going through the normal motions of going through the story mode and kind of correcting bad stuff that's happened at the time get old after a while. Seeing new stuff would be the best way to go, if I'm making any sense. But I like the what if stuff anyway. Like I was saying before, Budokai 2, you have what if transformations for Majin Buu. That'd be really cool. More exclusive skills, I do not agree with this at all, just because that limits how much you can create your character, how much variety you can use for creating your character. Like they mentioned, for example, like if there was this person, I forgot to put their name down, so sorry. This person mentioned that, you know, for android abilities, that should only be for the android race. Like for example, you have Android 16's ability where he can pop his arms off and does his cannon blast. I can't remember what it's called right now. For your custom creator here, like he does the same movements, but he doesn't pop his arms off. So it kind of looks weird, like they're wiping their armpits before they use their beam. But I can get where they're coming from. But like I said, I don't like limiting what my custom characters can use. Mainly because for my Mecha Frieza Clan character I made him android-ish and gave him some android abilities. Like, yeah, here. You know, Dual Destructo Disc, which is a 18 ability. Yeah, Thunder Racer, Android Kit, stuff like that. What they were saying is that should be just for the androids only. And I'm repeating myself, sorry, but I really don't think that's a good idea. And they also mentioned how Bardock, I think, has a Saiyan only ability. I don't agree with that at all. You should be able to make your character however you want them to however you want to make them. Another thing I don't agree with is it's not on the list, but female only clothes and stuff like that. I think that's kind of, I get it, but at the same time you're limiting what you can do with your custom character. Like for the Majin Buu characters, like they're not male or female in my opinion, even though they have like one looks male, one looks female. I don't think they would be technically air quotes male or female. But I think you should be able to have like whatever outfits you want. I think there should be some that are female male only, but there should be like more gender neutral like outfits and shit like that. Like what there was one thing I wanted to do but I can't do it, and I cannot remember it now. It was something, what it was the 4-star outfit I wanted on my Namekian character. Can't do that because that is human or Saiyan only for some freaking reason. But you know, that's just a little issue I have. If you don't have an issue with that, say, you know what? Yeah, let's make this like a discussion thing. If you disagree with anything I have, or you want to add to any points I made, leave a comment down below, and let's have a little discussion about it. This would be kind of interesting. But more things. Take away the ability to use some clothes. For example, the Cell outfit. Once again, I have issues with that because I actually use that outfit for my hypothetical transformation character here. And I also kind of don't agree with that either, because if you do that, you also take away, you know, like I said before, some of your custom creator options. Like here I have the Mecha Frieza outfit. If Mecha Frieza was actually in the game, they're pretty much saying that I should not be able to use the outfit. I think that's lame. I don't think that should be the case. Also, I think that looks pretty cool. See, other races I've seen mentioned, Kai or Demon Race. I don't care about either one of these, honestly, but more character races I think would be good for this game, just to get more options, because not everyone wants to play what we have now. I have seen a good amount of people want to play as the Kai or Demon Race. More characters, that's obvious. I think, just to put my little spin on it, I think there needs to be more GT characters, just because even though I didn't like GT, I did like the characters in GT. But obviously, like, more characters from Super would be the way to go. Maybe from the original Dragon Ball series, but if you're really stretching, maybe from the original Dragon Ball series. And lastly, I've seen beam struggles, kind of with the whole destruction, environmental destruction thing I talked about. I don't know how beam struggles would work in a competitive setting, like when you have the extreme. Oh crap! I can't remember what it's called. The the big floating dark purple balls that float around. I really should have looked some of this stuff up beforehand, but whatever. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. If you already played the game, you know what I'm talking about anyway. But the oh, I guess I don't have that over here for this character yet, but these things over here, I can't remember exactly what they're called. I think they're like extreme modes. Let's see here. Oh. Sure. Fu? What the hell? What the hell's going on here? May have gotten into something I didn't know about. Anyway, like, for these modes, you're fighting against, like, super versions of people, and you can do beam struggles with them. But the thing is, connection is not an issue exactly. Like you have crystal raids. I don't want to do this because I'm kind of stuck doing it though. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck doing it. Whatever. Anyway, but that wouldn't be a technically a beam struggle, because what they usually do is they launch out a big ball attack, and everyone has to throw out a move to try and counteract that. Technically not being struggle, but I think that's the best that this game can offer, or just any of these games can offer, because online, doing like 2 Kamehameha waves that clash with each other, I don't see that working, especially when you have a 3v3 team going on. Like, that would be really hard to like keep. But yeah, that's it for my list that I seen. Yeah, like I said, if you have anything you want to add or say some ideas are stupid, go right ahead, man. Yeah, leave a comment down below if you want to add to something or whatever. I'm repeating myself now, but sorry. But yeah, leave a comment below and let's have a little discussion about this, I suppose. Y'all take care.